Lesson one, aggression, sunless, how the West is won without flexing guns, catching wreck with text. From this lexicon, the extra most bestest in the flesh. Over metronome when the pressure's on, been measured strong, haven't bled. Over several psalms that sever palms till dead and gone. Return under the reddest dawn, letters drawn to God's tongue. I'm a modern day Metatron, ain't fessing like Anacon, ain't stressing. With the rest is on, best in songs to bless the calm. I'll ink and testosterone, blink and you lost it. Any last words? Yeah, fuck all of y'all. Nah, really mean that with love. Let's bring back the hugs unless it's weak raps you sung. Best to ease back my son, for I speak gas and tongues and strike match to fight back the disease that you brung. For seasons to come, I'll be seasoned you bums. Feedback receives that you're a new breed of dumb and you've been feeding them crumbs. That's the reason I've come to seize your lean and wheat stash and sting slap your mugs. Still they keep acting up on some where'd he come from. Shit, I came in this game riding elephants back, infiltrated your domains without your craniums cracked, made it rain over your plains with these relevant facts, over elegant trash, trying to gain my melanin back. Been polluted, diluted is what my skeleton lacks, simply stating facts, putting back my train on the track, strictly came to entertain with incredible raps, while you chasing fame, swearing that you selling some crack, on some rookie cookie cutter style, paying for stats, assembly line rhymes got you playing the back, while the truly gifted take the stage, compelling the whack, elevate to the next phase and keep them stadiums packed. I breathe life into these pages, shit. I'm a hell of a catch. And it's like that. And it's like that. And it's always gonna be like that.
Check, 1 2 1 2. Broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios. This is another edition of This Is The Way Radio. Broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios right here on www.diggingdaily.com. As always, we got special guest. So I want to let this gentleman introduce himself. Right now, the mic's all yours, man. Who we got in studio right now?
Yes, 1 2 1 2. I be the word man. Greetings. Salutations to everybody out there in internet land, out in the metaverse, in the universe, in the multiverse. Peace and love to all.
That's what's up. First track we just heard right now that we introed with. What's the name of this track, man? And talk about it.
That track there was Lesson Plan 2 off the new album Theater for the Absurd, out now. There's actually a Lesson Plan Part 1 as well. That's just the second part of it. I like that one a little bit better. The beat switches up and it knocks hard. So, that one is mostly just, displaying my lyrical prowess and what have you.
Nice.
Not really on a specific topic. That one there is just flexing
what
my
do you
skills.
mean by your lyrical prowess?
Well, I'm the word man, so when it comes to flipping words, rhymes, skills, styling, and all that, the name fits, true indeed.
So talk about yourself, man. Who is the word man? Cats are tuning in right now, and they're like, "Why is this guy on my internet, on my YouTube? Who is he? Who is he? Who are you?"
Well, I am the word man, and I'm on your screen right now, on your little phone or what have you, because I'm an ill MC. Representing out here from the West Kizzy Izzy Oast, San Gabriel Valley, SGV, and I'm just a dope MC, father, and hip hop head, hip hop nerd, and I love the culture, and I always have, and I always will. And I'm also part of another group called Crop Circle 720, and we've been dropping music since like the late 90s. Continuously, we're dropping music, new music soon. So, just always been involved in the culture, invested in the culture, always trying to uplift the culture, uplift humanity at the same time, and just do my thing.
That's what's up. Let's break it down like this, man. What got you involved? Or what was the influence that got you, that made you say that, I could be a word man, I could flip these words? What was the moment in time that got you, that made you want to do this, man?
Well, shit, man, I just, I was born in 76, hip-hop was already getting its feet under it and popping off in the East Coast, and, it's made its way over here, and ever since it has, I've just been enamored by it and in love with the culture, as a young child growing up, I wanted to be involved in it in any way possible, so like we were talking earlier off camera, I wanted to be part of 4 Elements. I was too big to be a break dancer, too uncoordinated. So, you know, the next thing I went to was graffiti. I started as a graffiti artist. I tried to mess on the turntables. I had a homie who had a set of techniques. So I used to be over there trying to do my horrible mixing, my little scratching and whatnot. And, you know, MCing was probably like the last thing that I figured I would do because I was really shy and timid and whatnot when I was younger. So I just secretly, I always wanted to be an MC, but I just, you know, I guess I kind of doubted myself. And then I was a late bloomer. I'd say like around 19 or so. I was like, you know, I would be freestyling to myself and stuff. I never freestyled in front of people. I would just do it to myself. And as I would do it to myself, I was like, yo, I'm kind of nice. So like, shit, I'm pretty good at this. Let me really get into this.
Nice.
You know, before that, like I said, my homie had turntables. He was a DJ and whatnot. He had a little 4-track. So even in high school, we would mess around, write stupid ass little rhymes or whatnot and record them and whatnot. But even then, I didn't really take it serious like I take it now. It was just, like I said, just wanting to be involved with the culture and the craft. So, you know, I say about 19 or so is when I really like, you know, I'm gonna do this shit.
Nice. I mean, shit. So right now you broke down a lot of information. You're actually one of the few MCs, because I don't think a lot of MCs try to dabble in all 4 elements. Either they're gonna be an MC, or got cats like me that I'm only gonna be a DJ. And then you have cats that might be a DJ and do graffiti, have cats that just do graffiti, and then cats that just b-boy that might be an MC. But being able to say that you've done all 4 elements or try to participate in them, like, how did you feel that helped you grow as an individual, or laid the foundation for you to get started?
Well, again, it was just, you know, having love for the culture, you know, not just MCing, not I'm gonna be a rapper because I'm gonna make some money, you know. Like, unfortunately, that's what it's, you know, a lot of people do today. Like, okay, I'm gonna rap because rap is making money right now, and this is a quick way to the bag, as they say, you know. But it was just a genuine love for the actual culture, all 4 elements, you know, just because it was back then. It wasn't just about the music. Like, you know, you would go to shows and there would be dance circles, people getting down, you know, there'd be, you know, graffiti artists doing live graffiti and whatnot, you know, MCs in the cypher. It had all the elements, and I just had love for all of them. Like, the whole culture just spoke to me, and, you know, I just wanted to be a part of it any way I could, in any fashion. So I think that just, you know, having a genuine love for it and experiencing other elements of it just gave me a greater appreciation and greater love for it.
That's what's up. And then how do you go from being, you know, one part of a group to going to an individual album? What was a transition like that for you, man?
Well, it was an easy transition because I've always written, like, you know, solo songs and whatnot. My partner Clockwise, shout out to him as well. He does solo work as well. You know, it's like you come together to form that group, but, you know, you are an individual yourself, and, you know, you want to express yourself, you know, in your own individual way. You know, when you're with a group, it's like it's basically like being in a relationship. You know, it's give and take, you know, and every artist wants to be able to, you know, express himself in his own way and you know, do it in his own style and whatnot. And so, you know, we're always working on music together, but, you know, at times we separate and do our solo stuff as well. And it's just natural for, you know, artists. We want to express ourselves in different ways and different fashions.
That's what's up. And then right here, I guess, I wouldn't want to say it's a group as much as it is a duo that's coming together, the Nameless Word. Talk about that.
Word. So the new album is entitled Theater for the Absurd. And for the actual album, as far as the artist name goes, it's under A Nameless Word, which is a collaboration between myself, the Word Man, and my homie Nameless. Shouts out to Nameless out there in Philly, who provided all the production for me. So, you know, we've known each other for a minute, and he's always sending me beats. And, like, nice. I just got on one time where I was just like, I was feeling a lot of the beats he sent me, and I wrote one song, and I wrote another one. I was like, yo, let's just do an album and, you know, do it like that. So we kind of, you know, it's just a play on our names. A Nameless Word. He's nameless. I'm the Word Man. So it just came together like that.
And then how did you meet up with them, Max? That's Philly, bro. You out there?
No, you know, the beauty of the internet and the World Wide Web, you know, you don't have to actually visit somebody's home turf, you know. just shit. I think we met in the MySpace days. And now I'm really showing my age, you know. So
I was there too, dog. I was there too. Don't
yeah,
trip.
yeah,
Don't
no
trip.
doubt. I remember shit. So I don't even know. I think he might have contacted, you know, my partner Clockwise first on some. I don't even know. Maybe I want to send you some beats or listen to, you know, maybe shout out because he's dropped a lot of solo instrumental albums under Synesthesia Records. That's his collective. So, you know, if you get a chance, check that out as well. He's got a lot of solo independent instrumental projects. So I'm not even sure how him and Clockwise got to talking, but you know, I met him through Clockwise. They made the journey down here to Cali a couple times, you know, and we built out here together and rock shows and whatnot. So
Nice.
yeah, it's just the vibe was right, so we went with it.
What's the collective you're releasing this album under, or the label, or?
This one is under our collective, which is Echoes of Oratory Music. That's what we've always put our music out under. It's a collection of MCs from the area and outside the area as well. We got Crop Circle 720, mine and Clockwise's group. We got Stereotype, a different iteration of Stereotype, which is Earthworms, different members. Rhyme Apes, which is also another iteration of Stereotype. We got Gilead 7 from Chicago. We got the homie Roughneck Jihad from up north, and you know, just a group of like-minded individuals. We got Subs, the producer, Clockwise's brother. We got Nat Key Cole, who, you know, tickles the ivories for us on certain songs and whatnot, and it's performed with us live. You know, just a group of like-minded individuals and artists who, you know, love the culture.
That's what's up. We're gonna get into the track that I can't pronounce, bro.
Word.
What? And then, but when you told me, you broke down some knowledge on it. So break this down for the people that are tuned in right now.
True indeed. So this next track is called Civiliter Mortus, which is Latin for civilly dead. Again, being civilly dead in law means, you know, basically you have no rights. You're considered to be, you know, property of somebody else. So there's a science behind that too. So, you know, they tell us that Latin is a dead language and what have you. However, everything in law is Latin. All the terms are Latin. So it's like, okay, yet they're telling you it's a dead language. I think there's something that needs to be investigated there. If you go to Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, and look up Civiliter Mortus, it'll tell you that you're in a dead status. So anytime somebody labels you and takes you out of your nationality, like if they call you a Latino or a Hispanic, those names do not denote a nationality. So it takes you out of your nationality and it puts you in a civilly dead status, which is Civiliter Mortus.
Message.
Yep. So we gotta get on our P's and Q's when it comes to this law thing, because people think, oh, this is so and so's law. This isn't our law. This law wasn't made for us. Law is law, and if, like they say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So, you know, it's up to everybody to get on your law game and start studying. Word up.
Here it is right here, off a Nameless Word, Theater for the Absurd, broadcasting live right here, diggingday.com. The Word Man, live in studio. Check the track.
Civilly dead. Dead in the eyes of the law. Having no standing in law.
I don't like words that hide the truth. I don't like words that conceal reality. I don't like euphemisms or euphemistic language. And American English is loaded with euphemisms because Americans have a lot of trouble dealing with reality. Americans have trouble facing the truth. So they invent a kind of a soft language to protect themselves from it. And it gets worse with every generation.
Your style is Civiliter Mortus, sinister with a sore tooth, no standing, one-legged minister, holding a golden horseshoe. This the death of a meaning, exiting breath of a demon, long-legged sensuous. Our essence left in specks of seem suppressed, expressions dead for the rest of the evening, till the honor is restored. The threshold of its season, dead in the eyes of the law. Body lies over the ocean, lost at sea, at least presumed to be by this private odyssey. It's a pirate's life for me through legalese. My apologies, winding words. words are binding, constitution and treaty. Behold the hidden eyes thrown lies behind the pine cone. Genomes and time code wrapped in tribal rhinestones. Vast tassels swing till all vassals are freed. Elevated fast, reaching past the Etimon degree. Linking past to present, your silence is acquiescence presented for your acceptance. Voluntarily, no exemptions needed.
Smug, greedy, well-fed people have invented a language to conceal their sins. It's as simple as that. The CIA doesn't kill anybody anymore. They neutralize people. Or they depopulate the area.
See that over there? It's actually yours. They stole it. Come on, let's go get that shit back. It's yours, they stole it, let's go take it back. Stolen crowns, holding frowns, now donned in paper hats, have grown too comfortable and gotten way too fat. Overstayed their welcome on some why must I chase the cat? Fade to black, meaning bleach pale if you trace it back. Old high German, let's just face the facts, there's the big payback. So don't say Jack, you can't fake the ancient math to escape this jaded path. If my train falls off the tracks, imposters posturing in particle streams in plain sight, killing off the language via strangling in broad daylight. This pledging of the offspring, how the straw sprang to life. Fledglings lost esteem, gone deaf to sight, and fell off the edge of night. We part and parcel. Truth is absolute and shouldn't come in a hard shell. Sometimes rude and uncouth. If you can speak with the cargel, they spelling out doom. Civil intermediatus. Dead in the view of the law. Stateless person. Unclaimed property. Ward of the state.
You were tuned into the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.digginday.com.
Yep.
This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live on a Sunday. Out into the internet for you to enjoy any day you choose so. Make sure you subscribe to our page.
Subscribe.
Dope track, brother. Real quick. So you're working with a producer, man, and this is one thing that always tickles my brain when I talk to artists. You know, working with a producer or a beat maker when they're making their beats. Like, how do you go through the selective process of saying this is what I want, or this is what I'm gonna like, this is what I want, this is the direction I want to go, or is it one of those where you just get 50 beats and then you select the one you want?
Well, luckily with Nameless, like, he stays busy, you know, and he's got like tons of fucking beats, so he would just send them to me every so often, and like, you know, he's real cool, you know. It's like he might not be feeling this one or whatever, and he don't take that to heart, like, oh, you know, this and that. He just send you a whole new fresh patch of beats and be like, go through these. What do you think about these? You know.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's been a minute, you know, that he's been sending me beats over the years, and you know, and sometimes I'm working on projects I can't get right to them or whatever, but they're always on the back burner, you know. So like, I don't know, man. I just sit there, let the beat rock, you know, and then it may sound corny or cliche, but it starts speaking to me, you know.
Yeah.
Like, once I listen to it, I like to let, and I think a lot of artists are that way. They like to let the beat speak to them and tell them what it's about. Or, you know, sometimes you might have a concept in mind and you hear that beat and you're like, oh shit, okay, this beat will complement, you know, this topic that I want to tackle, you know, lovely, so let me rock with that. So, you know, I mean, luckily there wasn't any kind of time constraints or whatever. It's been years in the making. So, you know, he just sent me beats, I listen to them, maybe jot something down, an idea for this one or that one, and get back to it. So I think, you know, just having that time to, you know, go through the beats at my leisure, not be under any kind of pressure or anything like that, you know, it just came together.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Theater for the Absurd, what are you trying to say with that, with the name of the album?
Well, Theater for the Absurd is it was basically what I think, like, after World War II, I believe, they started doing this series of like Broadway shows. It was called Theater of the Absurd, which they would just have a lot of absurd, like, you know, characters and whatnot, just being kind of like playful. Maybe, I guess, after the seriousness of the war or whatnot, they kind of wanted just to have something, you know, something like silly, you know, for people to enjoy, you know. So it was Theater of the Absurd, but I kind of flipped it, Theater for the Absurd, because now today, I mean, that's what news, media, any media, social media, it's just theater, you know, for, you know, unfortunately for a lot of like absurd people that just buy into everything that they're told and don't do any kind of, you know, discovering for themselves, any kind of study for themselves to determine whether or not what they're being told and what they're being fed constantly is real or not. So they just kind of go with the flow. And there's a lot of people out there, so like just life in general these days, and media is feeding them. It's all theater. Politics, it's all fucking theater. It's theater for the absurd, for these absurd people who just go with the flow and don't have any kind of common sense to like question anything and just go.
Yeah.
And that's not to, I'm not trying to like talk down to people, but unfortunately, in this world and today, there is a lot of people like that. And, just, I'm just critiquing society, I guess.
Let me ask you this, because people could look at you and just listen to everything you just said and say they're going to say there's a lot of thought and intellect behind what you said. Is this what you're trying to do with your album? Lay down, like, I mean, for lack of a better term, consciousness for people to understand something? Or is it just I don't know. I'm trying to think of a better word to say it, but I mean.
Well, to be honest with this album, it was just like I said, he was sending me beats and I would start writing to him. I didn't have any kind of a theme or any kind of concept as far as the whole of the album. I was just doing songs here and there, and it just, like a lot of artists do, we kind of just, take a look at the world and critique it and what's going on. So
yeah.
Once all the songs were completed and put together, I was struggling to find a name for it, and I wanted something that was going to kind of encompass everything that the album was, and that concept just came to me. The title came to me, and actually I heard even Tumex mention it. Have you ever heard the theater of the absurd? And that's, I heard that way back in the day, and that title kind of always stuck out to me. So I was like, I looked into what it really was. I did my Googles. And like I told you, I found out, this was a set of plays and whatnot that were going on. And so I was like, okay, that's cool, but let me flip it, theater for the absurd. And, again, how I explained it is kind of just flipping that topic. But it wasn't intended. Like I said, I was just knocking out tracks, writing them. And then at the end, what's going to really, speak to people and kind of sum up what the album is really about in the title. And there it was.
Is it all you? Is it all you on this album? Do you have any features on this album?
No, I don't have any features. It's all me. When I get into writing mode, I just write, and I'll be thinking like I never do features, and I feel bad, shout out to all the homies and whatnot. I'm gonna get features on the next projects, I promise. But I just get in the zone and I start writing, and then I start thinking, if I get so and so on this, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait for them to write it, wait for them to record it. I'm trying to knock shit out, so. And plus, I always have a lot to say. I always write a lot.
Well, you wouldn't be the word man if you didn't say anything, bro.
True indeed. So, but yeah, I think this album is a full album, no features. Previous to that, I dropped an EP called The Book of the Law, Volume 1. It's a 5-track EP and no features. So I've already got like 2 more EPs in the works.
Nice.
I think I do have one. I do have a feature on the upcoming work, so
nice.
I'm working on it. Trying to include people in my crew.
That's what's up. And then for this album right here, I know you got. I don't know if you want to let people know about what you're doing with this album. We kind of touched base on when the
yeah. So this album is Theater for the Absurd. It is streaming on all your major platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, and all that. The whole shebang bang. YouTube, if you don't do the streaming services, it's up there on YouTube to listen to freely, Bandcamp and whatnot. I've actually got physical CDs, which I happen to have in my little bag right here. Flat out.
Nice.
I got physical CDs on deck. I got some slaps. I got some t-shirts on deck, and the creme de la creme right here. I have just in hot off the presses. I got some vinyl.
Just let you know right now, you are not walking out with that, Doug.
No doubt. What do you think I brought this for, yo?
That's what's up, man. You know what? That's what's up, because I know people like to say, and this is my thing, and knowing that from your history, you're catering to the DJ and including them because your history, you're catering to the DJ and including them because you are a hip hop head.
Yes.
Compared to now other artists that I've talked to, not interviewed or anything like that, but just artists when when you're talking to people. One thing I always, I gotta make records because records now people aren't buying CDs, so you gotta press records. You could charge more, because they're more concerned about the profit turnaround.
Oh, yeah,
But the fact that you made an album, you're doing it out there, you went through all the elements, you're not leaving out the DJs. I give you credit for that, and I want to say thank you and give you props on that, brother.
Yeah, enough respect to the DJs, man. The backbone, man. None of this shit would be cracking right now if it wasn't for the DJs.
Very
DJs
true.
started this shit. True, undeniable facts, and I've always wanted to do vinyl. We put out vinyl singles as Crop Circles, but I've always wanted to put out a full album on vinyl. Again, giving respects to the DJs so they have something to actually spin, some tangible music for you to touch, feel, and utmost respect to the DJs. And this is just like, this is hip hop right here. This is what it used to be all about, pressing up vinyl, So
That's
I feel
what's
like
up.
I've paid my dues and I've respected the culture, and this is me giving back, and I feel like I'm getting past the torch now, with doing this. So, it makes you feel, I guess, legit is the word I'm trying to convey here. It makes you feel legit, to have some
That's what's
vinyl,
up.
be a hip hop artist and actually have vinyl, because that's what it used to be all about.
That's what's up. And then let me ask you this, man. Being an artist now, and then doing your music, you got the album that you're currently promoting. You said you have 2 EPs coming up. Is there anything you're doing differently on those 2 EPs, or is it just Wordman's Wordman? He's gonna do the same. He's gonna do him however it comes out.
Well, the EP that I released prior to this, Book of the Law Volume 1, is basically a bunch of old songs. I do have one new song on there, but like I said, I've been writing forever, and it's usually always been about the crew and doing crew music. So, I kind of always put my solo shit on the back burner. But I just realized one day, like, all these songs are sitting in a notebook. Like, if I die tomorrow, nobody's ever gonna hear them, and no one's ever gonna even know that it was even around. So why am I letting songs just sit in my notebook and not do nothing? So that's what Book of the Law Volume 1 was, a lot of my old songs, so you can see some progression from my old style to what I'm doing now, which is why I put a new song on there as well. The next EP I'm doing is Book of the Law Volume 2, which is again more old songs, a couple new songs. I also got one I'm doing with my man Subs. Big ups to Subs. He's a producer, Crop Circles producer, and it's all his beats and my rhymes. And I'm just doing me, bro. I always try to mix it up, and I try to put messages and have some content in what I'm saying. But I know that could be like, oh, that's preachy, that's that conscious shit, whatever too. So I mix it in with skill and style, and I flip, and I do have some songs where I'm just flipping. Like I said earlier, Lesson Plan 2 is just me flipping. It's not on any particular topic. So I try to keep everything well-rounded. So, I got shit for the backpack heads, I got shit for the conscious heads, I got shit for, just the hip-hop nerds, because in all my music I lace it with like, references to old hip-hop shit or movies and whatnot. I'm just like a big fucking hip-hop nerd, bro, and I make music for hip-hop nerds and shit. So if you dissect it, you're gonna find, a reference to, Big Daddy Kane or something, or Slick Rick or something, and so like I just try to keep everything well rounded. I don't try to do just one style, or I can't go out of my box. I try to push myself. If I feel like I'm doing the same shit over and over, okay, let me try to push myself and do something different. So I think as an artist you have to, and I always push myself, like, I'm gonna try something different, or I'm gonna change up this cadence here, or I'm gonna try to flip this flow here, and as long as you're not cognizant of that, you won't get stale. You always be fresh.
That's what's up. Right here, real quick, we're gonna get into this next track, Internet Stupid, man. Talk about it.
Internet Stupid, yeah. So Internet Stupid is another flip. I'm kind of flipping the whole idea of being internet famous, a lot of the foolishness that people will do, the stupid acts they will do just to be internet famous, just to be seen, just to be recognized, kind of just touches on that. So, Internet Stupid, enjoy, listen to the words, dissect
I come to
it.
the school of thought. There's just some things that the public just shouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like things that happen between two people, a wife and a husband, girl. I just don't think that it's for mass consumption. I just have always felt that way, and I just think that the whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted.
This is dedicated to all those who wish to be worshipped as idols. Starve a fever, feed the ego, evil through a needle, this lethal placebo, deceiving, deceitful. All those unseated will await the next show. Said all those unseated will await the next show. So conceit will erode the very texture of the soul till she's itching, scratching, asking for more. Acceptance for sure breeds infections, impure of popular elections, erections obscured, less than demure, obsessed and unsure about that last post. Hashtag sex is the cure. Fishing for comments with filters and lore. Swore she never let the likes magnetize her no more. Set pride out to whore. Let prying eyes inside of doors that hide ugly sides they've been well provided for. Wide-eyed and insecure. Let nature rise and take its course. Better with metaphors about skeeting in your DM on a carpe diem, singing like. Carpe diem got her singing like. While mothers in chains, your nature has been tamed, senses muted, intuitions dulled and decayed, virtues grown sullen, never called into play, falling away, lower self going all in today, set phases to lust, feed off mistrust, drink it up till ignorance doth runneth over your styrofoam cup, puff the lethargy, start partying it up, because much too much really ain't hardly enough. Live fast, die young, the resemblance uncanny, flesh for fantasy, popping culture like a zanny. No wonder this gnawing hunger grows younger and younger, malnourished. With this storm comes the thunder, seek celebrity and dead debris, mesmerized by wealth and focusing outwardly. One starts neglecting the self. Go along to get along is a problem in and of itself, but that inner wealth got her smiling in the mirror, singing to herself like. Carpe diem got her singing like. Carpe diem got her singing like.
You were tuned in. DiggingDay.com, the freshest, the dopest, the one and only. We got the Word Man live in studio, blessing us with some knowledge. That's what's up. And let me ask you this real quick. We talked about it right now, but you are featured on a track. Rest in peace, Ganja Acid Rain.
Yes.
Talk about that, man. Talk about that.
Yes, rest in peace, Ganja. One of the dopest to ever do it. From Acid Rain. Unfortunately, he passed recently, and luckily enough, me and Clockwise were able to, contact his peoples and just let them know, hey man, because there was talk about doing a tribute song for him, and we were just like, if you guys, need extra MCs, it'd be an honor and a privilege for us to get on, just to show our respect for that man, because as you know, he was a beast on the mic, man.
Hell yeah.
He had his own style, no one could ever say, there was another Ganja, he had his own particular style, and just, growing up in the SGV, I'm almost positive he was from the SGV, because I would always see him around, it's not confirmed, but I always assume that, so if I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected, but it just, growing up young, seeing him do it it was just like, it just felt like, one of our own, got somebody from SGV repping, of course there was always Jism out there, respect to him as well too, but he was a little bit older than us, and it just felt like someone, in our age range was really doing it, getting out there and flexing skill and how it should be done, so I actually, I knew a friend of a friend who introduced me to his music, he was part of a collective called Marble Jar back in the day. I want to say it was around 94, 95. And this guy I worked with, his friend was part of Marble Jar, so he slid me the tape. And he's like, yeah, check this shit out. I know you like Project Blowed and all that shit too. You're going to like this. So he slid it to me. I listened to it. Yes, it was a cassette. I popped the cassette in and out of everybody, you know, the Acid Rain tracks, I think they were called by a different name back then. I think it was Malinfluence. Again, I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong. But they stood out like hardcore. I was like, oh shit, who are these guys, you know? And it's just kind of having that connection with my homie who knew his friend who was homies with them, you know. It just kind of, I always kept up on their music and whatnot. And just, you know, I respect the dude a whole lot. You know, we weren't like homies like that where we, you know, but we would see each other in the scene all the time, rocking shows or whatever. Every time I seen him, it was always love. It was always a positive vibe. And like I said, I just wanted to do my part and, you know, memorialize them in that song and whatnot, show love.
How many other acts were on that, or how many other MCs were on that track? Because I know it was a big collaboration. On that.
I believe it was a total like 31 or 32. I think there was someone singing too, so it wasn't just MCs and you know, producers providing the beat. I'm not sure if it's exactly 31 MCs, but from what I understand, the total collaboration involved a good like 30, 31, 32 people in it. So yeah, if you get a chance, it's on YouTube for free if you want to listen to it, or you could, you know, listen to it on Spotify and purchase it and, you know, help his family out as well. And it's a dope track, you know. It's got a lot of dope, talented MCs, especially from the West Coast, representing, just showing love for the man.
And then real quick, for those that want to get in contact with you, what's the best way? Bookings, collaborations, all that good stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for bringing that up. The Word Man 720 at all the socials. Like, yeah, Facebook. Well, Facebook, they made me put my real name, so.
Yeah,
whatever.
they got me too. Don't trip. They got me too.
So go to Instagram instead. The Word Man 720. I'm on Twitter. I don't really do Twitter too much. I had to fucking get a TikTok, unfortunately. So, I think probably Instagram would be the best way. You can also look up Echoes of Oratory Music, MUZIK, the Bandcamp. It's a whole collection of my previous works with my crew, Crop Circle 720, my solo work, all the artists that I mentioned earlier, Stereotype, Rhyme Apes, Roughneck, Jihad, Gilead 7, you know, a lot of free music on there. We have some compilations and whatnot for free, so if you want to check that out, you know, go ahead and hit that up. That's EOOMUZIK.bandcamp. all that if you want to check it out. And it's the easiest way, probably Instagram.
So you got the album, you got EPs coming up. Anything else from the collective that's going to be dropping soon? I know you said you touched a little bit on the Crop Circle 10 year anniversary.
Yes, me and Clockwise are in the process of making new Crop Circle 720 music, so be on the lookout for that. We got some stuff in store, some shit written. We just got to record it now, get it mixed and mastered and all that. But you know, stay tuned for that as well. And if you're unfamiliar with Crop Circle 720, again, do your Googles. It's on the EOO Music Bandcamp as well, and check it out. You might like it. Before
we dip out, shout outs, saying what's up, all that good stuff, brother. Drop all that information, man. Let them know what's good.
No doubt. First and foremost, shout out to my children, Charlie James Roldan, Michael Aaron Roldan. Shout out to you boys. I hope you're watching, but they're probably watching YouTube videos. Shout out to my crew, Crop Circle 720, Clockwise, Nat Key Cole, Subs. Shout out to the whole Echoes family, Roughneck, Jihad, Gilead 7, Brainstorm, Moss, Frank John James. And if I did miss anybody, I apologize. I'm freestyling off the dome. Shout out to anybody and everybody who's ever given my music a listen, a try. Anybody who's streamed it or heard it for free or what have you. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Peace and love to each and every single one of you. Shouts out to you, my brother, for having me up here. We go way back, to the Husky Radio days.
That's what's up. Now, thank you for coming through, man, and thank you for you being dope, because we just don't interview anybody, man. We got to make sure we definitely have some dopeness when we come to the studio.
That's what's up, man. Shout out for you for even doing this, for creating this platform and keeping that shit alive and keeping real music, real hip hop alive. Shout out to O-Tech. What up?
O-Tech, officially Mustache.
Yeah, Mustache. That's right. Shout out to everybody in the world. Much love and peace to everybody.
Last track we're going to get into right here. Grammar is Dead. Talk about it before we get out.
I can't forget to shout out to my Califia Society brethren. And all the Moors around the world, all the active Moors, love, peace, truth. Love, peace, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice to everybody. Stand on them 5 pillars. Respect to y'all as well. This last one is Grammar is Dead. It's the single I dropped on Spotify and that too. Again, this one is just flipping. And, you know, the way some of these rappers rap today, it does seem like grammar is dead. But it is not, as I will illustrate here.
There it is right here. The Word Man. Make sure you guys check him out. A Nameless Word, Theater for the Absurd. Already dropped. Vinyl pressed up, CDs pressed up, Bandcamp, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys support. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Word Man, thank you for coming through and blessing us, brother.
No doubt. DM me if you want some vinyl.
There it is. There it is.
DM.
This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live right here from Hotbox Studios.
See, when you stick out, that's when they hammer the nail in. When you fit in, that's when the grammar gets stale. And glamorous hell, these glamorous tales and the camera sells to lonely souls who may know no better. There's no golden cheddar, no silver and cream, and you can control the weather with a bowl full of steam. Keep molding your letters and unfolding your dreams. Keep rolling with the punches, even when your soul bleeds. There's more to this whole thing than those things that you're holding. Proceed to glow, swinging swords like shinobi. Best said by the rebel lioness, so I digress. That I might flex the divine mind's eye. Disguise the flesh, so think in the box or out of the box, but thinking and shaking the paradox. Escaping enclosures, break the locks. Keep your composure, take the shot. Make it hot, then shake the spot. Break you off with creative thought. For we have brought up their pagan guys. No more making out foot to faith is lost. Facing off with the faceless boss who's been taking bets and laying odds. Faking breath and playing fraud. To all that may have and may have not. To them all, snake the pot. Then they can all taste the sauce. See what they do missing. Bringing grammar back to life. With a hammer and a mic. With the sweat from my brow. Slay a rapper with the spike. Civilizing uncivilized. Still well-mannered and polite. I'm a man by day. Spirit animal by night. Who's found grandeur in the light. But still enamored by the fight. So in higher self sees lower something. Damn it, it's on sight. These scavengers, they fight. They amateurs seeking stripes. But the stamina's too light. They mumble and stammer when they write. Please, so better do, better build, better buy, let ever, etc. Feels competitive. Microphone, cut it off. 7 clever and clever. Out wild, irregular. Fly, rhyme, lecturer. Measure by measure, goal, measure success. Killing your messing, your skill, close, get it, or whatever, however, get pressure up.